What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. We are down here, honey. We're back on the blogs, honey. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. What was we talking about? We were just talking about Future and his, I don't know what number baby mama this is, but she's the solid one. She's the one, like, I just, ooh. Girl, he's over there giving the woman the blues, and so it is what it is. So that's what I was talking about in the last video. If you haven't watched that, you can go ahead and watch that. Watch this now and then go back and watch that one. Just another, hot topics or whatever. So I said we was going to go to the Jasmine brand and see what was happening on the blogs, okay?
I sponsor the blog.
Let me tell you something.
Let's see. First story. August Alsina discusses moving on from entanglement scandal, reveals he has absolutely zero relationship with the Pinkett Smith family. It says August Alsina opened up about joining the cast of The Surreal Life. During his interview with ET, he confessed that the entanglement scandal made him hesitant to appear on the show. However, the platform provided an opportunity for people to get to know the performer behind the headlines. Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith confirmed a brief romance while Pinkett and Smith were separated and on the brink of divorce. Alsina says, going into it, that probably was one of the factors for me that I felt like, do I really want to do this? Because I didn't want to go into a situation where people would grab for low-hanging fruit. There was one side of me not wanting to do it, trying to protect myself, he said. And the other side of it was, well, it gave me an opportunity to allow people to see and experience me and my authentic energy, as opposed to the narrative that had been kind of clouding over my life for quite a while. Over 2 years after that legendary Red Table talk, Alsina shared that he has absolutely zero communication with the Pinkett Smith family. They were like, absolutely not. I feel like August Alsina was the one she didn't make sign an NDA. And he was running his mouth. Like maybe she trusted him, to hold on to their little secret. But absolutely not. Did he say he went to Will? I went to Will man to man. I bet you Will Smith was looking at him like, nigga, if you don't get your ass run in front of me, I'm in love with your wife. I could see that. What movie is that? I'm in love with your wife. Girl, get your hot in the pants ass out of here. I bet you Will was looking at him like, oh, she put it on you, didn't she? Oh, yeah. She's not leaving me, though, bro. So I don't care how in love you are. You better pull yourself together. And if you go to the media, you'll never have access to us again. So he felt like he was mistreated. He went to the media and absolutely no contact with the family. I just made up that whole little story. He was probably looking at him like, oh, she put it on you, huh? They all come back talking about they in love, honey. She done fucked your brain too, probably, huh? Yeah, that's what they do to fucking Virgos. Yep, that's what they do. That's why I'm over here. I'm still over here. Everybody thinks I'm, enslaved. But I love it here. Candace Owens, E.T. phone home looking ass, says that the mother of George Floyd's daughter is suing Ye as a PR stunt. But wasn't him saying what he said a PR stunt? The media has a lot to lose, namely power over Black American emotions. If we all wake up to the lies surrounding the George Floyd narrative, they are attempting to hang Kanye publicly for daring to challenge their control over the masses. The lawsuit is a PR strategy. George Floyd had a lethal amount of fentanyl in his system. Launching frivolous lawsuits does not change the facts. George Floyd's family knows this, and they are trying to keep the narrative going and use yays to do it. Black America will be freed from lies. You know what's really funny? What's really funny is the assumption that Black America is wrapped up into the outcome of anything having to do with George Floyd. That's the insult. The insult is that this person is somehow being propped up as this martyr, as this victor, as this person that needs protection. And it's so fucking weird how she is using the same tactics that she's accusing someone else of doing. That's so crazy. And it's insulting. That's the part that's insulting to me. They already know this. This is just them trying to convince the public that Ye is lying about the fatal level of fentanyl. The continue to believe Black America is stupid. Girl, Candace Owens, girl, Elliot looking ass, girl, get out of here. Get on my nerves. It's the same thing. She's using the same thing. The power over Black American emotions. That is what Kanye West does. And I want you to hear, I don't know. It's so funny how all of a sudden Charlemagne is like, y'all fall for it every time. He wants white approval, and then when they don't let him in, he comes down to the internet and triggers Black people and tries to pull the Black card and this and that, and y'all fall for it every time. Really, Charlemagne. He's so boring. Why do we keep talking about him now? Everybody's like backing away from him. Why weren't you? The crazy part is, why weren't you backing away from him when he was saying all his anti-Black shit? Now you really backing away because of his comments about Jewish people and Jewish media and all the other shit he was saying. And then, and what's ironic, the irony is that it's like, it is emotional manipulation. It's like, use something like that because it also helps promote this girl's, she has a documentary coming out. And it's so crazy, her and Kanye West, and it's just, I don't know what else to say, because what they're doing is so blatant, and it's so like, if you don't see it, it's like, if you don't see it, like, you really have, like, I don't know what to say. And the fact that they think that everybody can be pulled in with this, like Black America, and tying Black America to the image of George Floyd, as if Black America is tethered to this man's image, and that tethered so much that another Black man can get on television or whatever, on anybody's platform, and say whatever he wants to say about this man, and people jump up in defense of, because he is now, as he's done before, spew white nationalist talking points. And then you come out with your tethered identity. You just don't have, like, I really want to be like, it don't really have nothing to do with nobody. It really doesn't. Let them people sue that man. It's a PR stunt. You're a PR stunt. You getting Kanye to go to repeat something that you showed him is a PR stunt in itself. That's the insulting part. It's like, oh, Black America's emotions won't be manipulated anymore. Hold on, let me go manipulate Black people's emotions. Like, you're doing the same thing. That's the part that Dr. Francis says. You play a game, and then when somebody tells you playing a game, you play another game that you're not playing the game. Girl, the jig is up. And then it's funny how people are like, oh my God, he gets you every time. People that had been got every time before that. Now you're coming into an awareness because you're like, okay, well, outside of the music thing, this nigga's out of control. He's been out of control. He's been out of control, and now he's touching, like I said, he's touching topics at every social construct, every identity. He's attacking all of the identities, And Candace Owens is the same thing. She uses the same thing. It's almost like she plays like she's trying to help Black people, right? While at the same time, like, you know how they say when you're in a canoe and the person behind is like with the oar, but at the same time with drills on the, like drilling holes at the bottom of the boat. But every time you look back, they like rowing like, I'm helping. And as soon as you turn back forward, they're drilling holes and you wonder why you can't move forward. That's Candace Owens. That's Kanye West. It's like they want to do the bidding, but then make it seem like they're trying to help you. You're not going to use and it's crazy because you're not going to use a colonizer, oppressor's handbook to save Black people. It's not designed that way. And for you to make it seem like what you're doing is helping Black people, and then this idea, that's the problem. That is like, Black people are not a monolith. Black women are not a monolith. Black men are not a monolith. I would like to say Black men are not a monolith, but I don't know. They all seem to be operating with the same programming, but I digress. The people are not monolithic people. And I don't know. I don't know. There are people who are going to believe that. They're going to watch the thing. They're going to believe it. They're going to repeat it. That let them sue. If they want to sue, let them sue or whatever. But the idea that you're going to trigger a group of people by throwing this man, and it's like everybody is moving and scrambling. It's like, okay, he's been saying crazy anti-Black things for a long time. And as soon as he starts talking about another group of people, then it's like, and then it goes to his point. His point is, I can say all the shit about Black people I want. They don't move. But let me start talking about their people. They move into action. And that shows you the collective influence that they have. They move like that. That's his point. The problem is, you, as a Black person, when you want to move like white people, the part that you're missing is, and that's fucking you up, is like white people. That's the part that's fucking you up. If you want to move collectively the same way a group of people move, you want to be like those other people. And Kanye acting like he wants to, it's crazy because you act like you want to, oh, my people, my people, my people. You don't move like that. When he says my people, he just needs he just needs like the power. He needs the power from Black people to like push him up so that he can get closer to the perceived power, and it's like white people. And that's what Kanye keeps in his mind. It's a mind fuck, because he's like, damn, I did everything. I married a white woman. I said these things. I did this, and they still won't accept me. I have $1 billion and they still won't accept me. Because you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself and you want to be like them. How can anybody respect you when you want to be like them? You want to be like them. So you got everything down but the pride part. Because you're so busy wanting to be like another group of people. You don't have no pride. And that's why you'll always be there. As Kanye West is a billionaire, a subjugated billionaire. You know how fucking crazy that is? What a mind fuck that is? That you still enslaved. And you got commas and commas and commas. And you still enslaved because you want to be like the same group of people who will not give you access. Isn't that crazy? Don't y'all think that's crazy? It's a lot of people running around like that. Candace Owens is the same way. And then they turn around and like, oh, we're trying to say black people. Well, which black people are you talking about? Because it's a group of black people who are not listening to none of this foolishness. Nothing you got to say. They're not moved or influenced by Kanye West. Kanye West is a clown to a lot of black people. So when they say black America, who are they talking to? That's what I want to know. Because if you are, to me, I feel like it's so insulting for you to be a black person using white nationalist talking points as a guy to be like, I'm trying to help black people. It's so crazy. Like I don't know what you call it. I don't know what the word, like a double agent. Like a double agent. I'm trying to help you. You can't help a group of people using the same rule book that was used to oppress the group of people, dummy. And then that's the crazy part with Candace Owens, Kanye West, all the people like them. Like, y'all think y'all gonna succeed or exceed by being like white people, using their rulers to measure your success, using their rulers of success to measure your success and kill yourself and still not be accepted. Because at the root of it, you're not going to succeed at nothing trying to be like somebody else. And that's like as a collective, as an individual, how you're not going to succeed being like somebody else. And that's the problem. It's too many people wanting to be like, and then talking about, I'm just trying to help our people. Girl, shut up. Shut up. And Candace Owens is the same way. And it's an insult. And it makes you think like, I know I know, because I know there's a lot of people who don't know. And it's just like, the media has a lot to lose, namely power over Black American emotions. If we all wake up, Candace is not we all. And furthermore, we need to stop saying we all, because it ain't we all. It's a lot of people who look alike who have different agendas. That's it. And you need to find the people whose agenda matches yours. Because while Candace Owens looks like you, okay, she ain't moving like we all. It's not we all nothing. Do you see that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you're not slick. You're not slick. The same thing you're accusing the media of doing, using the same tactics. But you're not going to save nobody by using the same rule book they use to oppress your raggedy ass. Candace Owens is a trip. Joey Badass disagrees with Drink Champs removing Kanye's interview. Yeah, they took the interview down. Because they said, it's too much. I watched the whole thing. I got a chance to watch the whole thing. I mean, it's up. It's all over YouTube if you want to go see it. Drink Champs took it down. But he kept saying the same thing over and over again. The things that he was saying. Like, I'm very critical about what is deemed as anti-Semitic, because I feel like you can't make a criticism of an entire group of people. You just cannot do that. You cannot do that and say whether it is true or not. That's when you know. That's when you know. And that's all you got to say about it. So if he keeps saying the same thing over and over and over, he said the same thing over and over and over. And then he was like, I'm jealous of the Jewish, what was he saying? I'm jealous of the Jewish people. What did he say? And that's the problem. You're jealous of a group of people, using your jealousy as a way to say, oh, I want black people to be like Jewish people. I want black people to be like Jewish people. You know why black people won't be like Jewish people? Because you're trying to be like Jewish people. And you're so busy trying to be like other groups of people. It's so crazy. Hold on. Let me hear what did he say? Here he goes. Kanye West has lost his marbles. He been lost his marbles.
I'm jealous of the fact of how they don't abort their babies. I'm jealous of the fact of how they stay with their wives. I'm jealous of the fact of how they do business together. I'm jealous of the fact of how they read their contracts and understand their contracts. I'm jealous of the the way Jewish people do business. And I'm jealous, not just for me, but for our entire culture. And I believe that once we rise up, that we will have a position to be able to serve God, because it's not about taking over the world. God runs the world. We need to be in service to God, and we all need to be in service to God. So I'm jealous. And you know what? Because when I would speak on the Khaled and Drake record, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. When I was speaking on Drake, why I speak on that? Out of jealousy. While I'm speaking on the Jewish culture, why I'm speaking on that? Out of jealousy. I'm jealous of the Jewish culture. You know, all right. Let me say it. You have to get to it. I'm jealous.
So that's why. You think you ever gonna succeed being jealous of a group of people? No. You so jealous. Look, is you so jealous that you want your people to be like them. So what does that look like? Like you don't even realize what you're saying. You don't even realize what you're saying. You're so busy saying, okay, we got the playbook. Okay. We got the playbook. You got somebody else's playbook, and the same playbook used to oppress, the same playbook used to marginalize, the same playbook. You like, okay, let's use their playbook because we like the way they move. So let's use their playbook to govern our people. Meanwhile, how you marry doesn't indicate our people, right? Where you want to be in business, how upset you are when white people don't accept you, it shows where you want to be. But then you turn around and try to use black, and then like we all, that's the shit that's the shit that really fucks with me, is we all, because it's not we all. It's not we all. It's I'm a black man. I'm stomping my feet. I'm throwing a tantrum because I did everything I thought was right to get close to these white people, and they won't let me close to them. I want to be like them so bad. I want to be like them so badly. And they still won't let you in. The next thing is skin bleaching, okay? You can use a little bleaching. They could use a little bleaching. So girl, it is what it is, child. Summer Walker said, bump the Birkin, mama wants those taxes paid. I don't understand. Okay, let's see. Jalen Rose's sister accuses the retired NBA star of kicking her out of their late mother's home. I'm tired of taking abuse in silence to maintain his public image. Rip the mask off these niggas. Rip them off. That's another thing. That's a part of, that's what I be saying. They benefit so much from patriarchy without participating in patriarchy. The women just do whatever they need to do to maintain a man's public image. And if it's, and you know, a lot of people, oh, it's not safe to do so. If it is safe for you to do so, rip the mask off these niggas, okay? She got kicked out. His sister is launching allegations amid being frustrated with her brother. According to reports, Tamara Rose, Jalen Rose's sister, has taken to social media to express her feelings regarding her brother, allegedly forcing her to leave their deceased mother's home. Tamara Rose recorded her brother as he hosted a viewing of their late mother's home to a potential buyer. In a deleted Instagram post, Tamara Rose shared, "My mother passed 20 months ago. I'm still grieving her loss. How dare you bring anybody in here to go in my mother's room?" Tamara, who claims she has been living in the house for almost 4 years, continued, "I'm your sister, grew up in the same house with you, took care of you, raised you. You would do this to me?" Yes. Yes, they would. "You let these white people see you treat your sister this way with no conscience, heart, or soul. The way, see, that's not going to work. You pull oh, you did this to me in front of, I don't care. Your identity, your black ass identity don't mean shit to him. I just got finished talking about Kanye West. Your black identity don't mean nothing to him, nothing to these niggas. That's the problem. That's the reason why y'all have to, I see y'all jumping up in the Hennessy Marie story. And what's crazy to me is these niggas lie to y'all about everything else. But as soon as a trans woman says anything, they turn around, "She tricked me," and y'all believe him. Y'all believe him. He lies to you about everything else. He doesn't protect you ever. Never, ever protects you. But if it's a big black cock against a trans woman, the girl, wait, I gotta save him. And the irony is, in your transphobia, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move on back to Jalen Rose and his sister. But in your transphobia, what's crazy is the things that you be saying. Oh, they're what do y'all be saying? Altered men and stuff like that. Just, the transphobia things y'all say. Yeah, the black man comes out, says that, "Oh, I was tricked," and then y'all believe him. The crazy part is, as you insult and degrade the trans woman by, saying that they're not women. Okay. If that's another man in your eyes, why are you getting into a fight? Why are you getting in the middle of it? Huh? If in your eyes that's two men fighting, to get your ass out of it. But no. You transphobic. That's how I feel. That's why it's so funny. That shit was loud. It's so funny how y'all do that and y'all don't even realize what you're doing. These niggas lie about everything else. But as soon as they say they were tricked by a trans woman, you're going to be like, see, they got tricked. And it's like, okay, so then why are you stepping up? If that's you ain't nothing but a man and this and that. And if you doing all that, okay, then why are you in the middle of it then? Why are you in the middle of it then? If that's your logic and rationale, stay out of it. Stay out of it then. I'm your sister, grew up in the same house with you, took care of you, raised you. You would do this to me. You let these white people see your sister in this way. The way I've been bullied, threatened, and taunted, harassed, disregarded, and disrespected us totally. Throughout the video, Jalen is heard in the background telling his sister that she is squatting. Tamara fights back and reiterates that she rightfully lives in the home. She added, "This is what happens when you find your voice, decide to tell the truth, and are no longer protecting your abuser." She admitted, "I'm tired of being quiet. I'm tired of taking abuse in silence to maintain his public image. Knowing he's been lying for the last 26 years, this man has rewritten our family history with his lies." Honey, what you think? Honey, I realize it is so funny. I was in a community meeting, and it was so funny how it was like timely in terms of like talking about your family, that you come through. Like you come through your mom and your dad, and then you have these families, and it's just like, and then sometimes you feel like I don't belong here. And a lot of the times you really don't belong to that family. Your mother was just a vessel for you to come in to this world, and this is, you learn by you, what you do is observe the family, and you realize, oh, this is not resonating with me. This doesn't make sense to me. Something's off. I don't feel right. And it's true. Sometimes it's not these people you try to be in family with, and you're just related to them genetically, but they're not your family, and we're not supposed to be your family. And that's why a lot of people, it's hard for them to cut ties with their quote unquote family, because you've been taught that these are the people that you have to bond with, over the course of your life. And that's just not true. It's just simply not true. People are people. You cannot expect, growing up, my brother and I used to fight. When I tell you, we used to fight. And I don't know why. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, we used to fight. But I never thought that as a grown woman, my brother would actually assault me in front of my children, not only in front of my children, but in front of the rest of my family, right? With no recourse, no repercussion, no consequence, nothing, right? And you're like, damn, that's your brother. It's like, just by genetics, that's it. That's it. That's it. Like I had to tell my sons the other day, like, this is your brother. You may not grow up and be friends. You may not grow up and be friends. You might grow up and not like each other, not talk or anything. So while you do have a companion growing up, people are people. And I tell him, like, if you say that you guys love each other, you would treat each other with love. If you wouldn't treat a stranger like that, like, if you wouldn't treat a stranger like that, then why would you treat somebody you're familiar with like that, right? If you wouldn't react to conflict in the way, like, how do you explain it? Okay, so, like, if you decide you want to resolve conflict physically, like my brother assaulting me, he would not have done that to a stranger, right? So it's like, I'm a stranger now. You did something to me that you wouldn't do to a stranger. If you were in a disagreement with a stranger, you would not walk up to them and assault them, because that's not going to happen. You will go to jail. But for some reason, you think you can do that to somebody you're related to, you have a relationship with. So once that happens for me, I become a stranger. Because the next time it happens, I'm going to do what a stranger would do. I'm going to call the cops. I'm going to have you arrested. I'm going to press charges. I'm going to hope and pray that you lose everything. Because if you could, as somebody familiar with the same genetic codes, could assault me, and you wouldn't do it to a stranger, but if you did do it to a stranger, I'm going to respond the same way. I regret not calling the cops on my brother after he assaulted me. Because after that, I should not care. After you have violated my person, not just the humiliation for me, but then, like, to do it in front of my children, that kind of stuff, that's not, you don't come, I'm sorry, you just don't come back from, I'm sorry, you just don't come back from that. Because now I'm a stranger. You can't keep putting your hands on people or mistreating people and keep calling them family. That's just another person. They wouldn't do a stranger the way they doing you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. It's kind of hard to, I feel like it's kind of hard to explain. Because I feel like when you're in disagreement, that's why I used to feel like when my mom and I used to get into it, I used to be like, would you talk to, like the way you talking to me, would you talk to another grown woman like that? Like, why are you talking to me like that? You don't respect me as a person, or you think like that's the part, like when people say like, that's why you gotta stop, like, it's a mind fuck, like I was explaining to my son the other day. You can't put your hands on people that you say that you love, because it's a mind fuck. Because how do you love somebody and assault them? Right? There's a level of control you need to maintain. You say that for a stranger or somebody who is assaulting you, like for real, like, you save that for your enemies, right? You don't put your hands on people that you love. You don't fight people that you love. You don't mistreat the people you claim you love. But we get so wrapped up in these labels. Oh, this is my sister. This is my brother. And you expect a treatment, a certain treatment, a certain level of respect. But no, people are people. People are people. And when they treat you like another person, you have to remember, yes, people are people. So when she says, oh, I can't believe you treated me like this in front of this. No, that's just a person. You just have the same mother and father, but that's just another person. You are another person. You're another person. You can't expect a different type of treatment, especially, yeah, there's just some people you're like, oh, we're family. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we are not. No, we are not. No, you don't treat people, mistreat them. You're just another person. And that's when I was in that, community meeting, they were like, a lot of the people in here, you feel like you're like out of place in your family, And it's like, because you're not supposed to be there, because this is not your family. And you could feel it. You can feel it. And it feels off, and you feel out of place. You feel like you looking around, like, I told my sister the other day, if my father and I did not have the same fucking teeth, I would think I was adopted. That's what I told my sister. Because you feel out of place. And you cause yourself a lot of suffering when you keep trying to make things work with a group of people who are really you just came through your mother. This was just a family you were supposed to come through, or the group of people, right? Your lineage that you were supposed to come through, but you don't have to be in community with them. You just don't. And a lot of people, it's hard because it's like, especially if you're being mistreated. Now, if you're family, everybody's cool. You have your occasional, disagreements and stuff like that. But when the shit is toxic and people want you to, fake, and it's a bunch of fake shit. It's crazy because you could feel it. And you could just be like, this shit is fake. Oh, this shit is fake. It's like, and you feel like you don't belong there. It's like, what am I doing here? This shit is weird. And you sit around and you're looking at the people who kind of like, you guys kind of look alike, and you're like, I feel out of place here. Always, always, always. And it's true. I feel like it's true. I feel like it's like they were just the people you're supposed to come through. Just meet other people. There's so many people here. Yes, you have. And now, it is what it is. I think I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go now. Take care of each other. Yeah, that Jalen Rose story. It really reminded me when she said, it reminded me of my brother. Because my brother, he's the oldest. And my father just raised him to be very selfish, like it's all about his self. It's just self. And when she said, I'm your sister, grew up in the same house with you, took care of you, raised you, you would do this to me. You let, like, that kind of stuff. Like, I could hear, like, I have never said that I'm not older than my brother, but I could hear like that is a dialogue that like could happen. Like, how could you do this to me? But no, you're not going to be able to do nothing to me. But I just envision people having that conversation because he's just a selfish person, right? Raised to be selfish and I feel like he would do some shit like that. That's what I kind of got triggered into the conversation because I feel like it's like, how could you do this to me? No, girl, that's just a person. When the person, my brother, I say my brother, but I'd be like, I told my sister the other day, that's dead to me. That's dead to me because it's like, once you put your hand, you're just another person. You're just another person. You're a stranger. You're a stranger because you wouldn't do that to a stranger. So now you need to become a stranger so you won't do that to me again. And if you do it to me again, I'm going to respond like a stranger will respond. And you going to jail, family or not, same genetic codes or not. No. I really regret that. There's twice I've been assaulted and did not call the cops. And that's another thing. That's why you have to untether your identities from these people, because Jalen Rose is kicking his sister out of their mother's house. I don't give a damn. Jalen Rose has enough money that his sister can stay at that house, pay property tax. Maybe, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the lady. I don't know the story. But he's just a person because you're a stranger. Because that's what he would do to a stranger. You're just another person. So when you say, oh, I'm sister, no. No. You're just another person. You thinking just because if you can mistreat somebody that you grew up with and all this other stuff, you're just another person. That title or label that you thought that, provided you some level of loyalty that's gone. You're just another person. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Like, and I feel like when if that ever happens to you, you have to realize in that moment, you're just another person. And so all of that quote unquote, loyalty, family loyalty, and that goes out the window. It's nothing. You have severed. That's why you need to keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands off your children. Keep your hands off of people. Because you sever trust when you do that. What a mind fuck for a child. Thinking about children, right? You putting your hands on someone who actually needs you to survive. That's a mind fuck. You're not going to build trust, and then what they're going to do is go off into life and think that they can put their hands on people they love. And it's just a vicious cycle. You cannot do that. Why would somebody why would somebody like someone you called a brother would get up and walk in your direction and assault you? That's a stranger. That's a stranger. You're another person. Because you wouldn't do a stranger like that. You wouldn't do a stranger like that. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I don't know what... that Jalen Rose story just triggered a lot of things for me. It really did. It really did. It just made me think of so many things like, girl, you think that's your brother? That's a fucking stranger. He don't give a fuck about you. Never have, girl. You're a person. You're just a stranger. You're just a stranger. I'm out of here, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.